Hello YouTube fans, welcome to my channel. This is Darlene and I'll be doing a reading for you today on your deceased loved one or ancestor as the title implied. And I got a little bit of a heavy one coming through today. It's funny. Not funny. No, I don't mean that at all. I never knew what I'm going to get until I sit down to do these readings. So I have no clue till I sit down and set the intention to do it, and then I ask my gatekeeper to bring through whoever spirit wants me to read for today. So this was my second reading today, and the one before it was just so light and wonderful and loving, and I just was so enjoying the energy. And now I know why Spirit gave me that one first. So here we go down this lane. All right, let me get some business out of the way, and I'm going to start shuffling cards, and then I'll tell you who's coming through. You want to stay tuned, though, to the end, because I'm doing a free giveaway. In other words, I'm giving away a free reading for someone, and I will give you the details on how you can get that toward the end. Don't fast forward. Come on. Come on. Stick with me. This might be an interesting story, even though it's not yours. So also, if you would, please hit that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And also, if you make a comment, I do try to answer my comments. It may take me a little while, but I try to get to them all. And I appreciate all of that. I'm just getting started here on YouTube, so obviously it helps my channel to grow. And it helps push the message out to a broader audience, so it gets to the families that it's meant for. Thank you, Spirit. So, okay, all that business out of the way. I have a shooting victim coming through today. When I say shooting victim, this was a murder. Blatant. Feels like a gang-style murder to me. It feels like it was somewhere, probably northeast, I don't know if it's Philadelphia, New York, I don't know, some city. I just feel like it was northeast somewhere. And I don't know, you may challenge me that, Pittsburgh is not northeast, but I'm just saying that region, northeast part of the country, of the U.S., by the way. So, and let me also say, if you hear a little background noise, my townhouse faces the playground of the complex I'm in, and so there are just a bunch of kids out here playing, and that's all you're hearing, and I love it. So anyway, it helps lighten the energy too. I'm seeing a young man who it was either dusk or a well-lit street at night. I'm not certain, but it was that kind of lighting in the picture that they're showing me. And I'm going to stop shuffling for just a minute so I can pull this energy in strong. And it seems to me this young man was with his girlfriend. I don't know if she was his wife, but I think he was his girlfriend, they show me, with a young woman, a girlfriend type. And I think they were on the sidewalk. It's in the city. They were on a sidewalk. And it looks like they were either just getting out of the car, getting into a car, or right behind a car, or near this car that was parked on the sidewalk. And then another car pulls up. Now, again, this feels like a gang-related shooting to me because there were multiple people in the car, number one. Okay, thank you, Spirit. There were the person who pulled the trigger they look like the same ethnicity as the young man, in that the young man, for example, he's white, but has dark hair. Now that can mean a lot of things. To me, white it could be Hispanic, it could be like Latino, it could be Caucasian, it could be Italian, it could be, I don't know. But he had dark, like almost black hair, could have been a little bit on the curly side. The people in the car, they were not all the same race. I'm seeing there was also a black, I think there were four, it seems to me there were 4 people in the car, a driver and another person in the front seat, a black man, and then the shooter in the back seat. And the shooter gets out of the car and literally looks the guy in his eye, and I feel like this man who died knew him. He knew the shooter. And it was like the moment he looked up and he saw the guy, he knew what was going on. He knew that this was an execution and that he was about to be killed. I mean, it was just like they locked eyes. He knew it. He knew what was happening. And then, bam, the person pulled the trigger, and then they drove in the car and sped off. So this wasn't like a casual drive-by shooting. Goosebumps and okay. Let me shuffle some more, and let me try to take a few deep breaths on that. All right, so if this sounds like a story that you're familiar with, even if it's not your story, you know, if it's useful or helpful to pass it on to someone, if you know who it might belong to, please share it with them. For all I know, this could be an unsolved crime that somebody needs. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a clue. Or maybe just the family would like closure. Maybe the family has questions. It feels like that to me. It feels like they probably knew it was, or suspected, even maybe they couldn't prove it, that it was gang related or whatever. But I just see this mom, apparently this young man's mom, or relative. It could have been an older sister, but I just see this woman, you know, just sitting mourning with her hands in her head, just crying her eyes out. And then she has this far away, another image I'm getting is then she has this far away look in her eyes, sitting in the chair, thinking about this and saying to herself, I know what this was. I knew what it was. I don't care what anybody says, what anybody tells me. I know what this was. So that, you know, that gives me the impression that there were unanswered questions in this situation, that the family or the whatever place, I don't know what, might not have been able to answer. Okay, let me I don't know why these cards are not coming out more. Maybe that's, here, let me see what they say. Okay. See what's at the end of. Wow. Okay, folks. I'm getting more information here. And for those of you who are new to my readings, I don't necessarily read the traditional meanings of the tarot cards because of the context, the kind of reading that this is. So, you know, don't go wondering about that. Yeah, so sometimes they just help me tell the story more, or they sometimes are for the viewer, the messages for the viewer. So what I'm getting, this was a hit. I don't know if, again, it was gang or mafia. I don't know. I've never gotten a message like this before, ever. But this was a hit. Ordered by whoever the head of this organization or this gang or whatever it was. And what I'm feeling is this young man, they'd been trying, either he was in the related to these people in the family somehow, he knew them, whatever, because I said he knew them, was trying to walk away. Maybe he was trying to walk away. He was trying to just leave all this behind and start something new. And then, look at these cards are just backing me up. Let me just pull these. They're backing up what I was feeling. Okay, and I'm getting another message. So much coming in, y'all. I apologize for not getting this out faster for you, but if you can imagine, I don't know how other mediums do this, excuse me. Pardon me. But sometimes it's like, if you turn, for those of you old enough to know what a radio dial is, the old-fashioned tuning of a radio dial, turning that radio dial, it's like you got 10 stations going all at the same time. So sometimes I just have to let that settle and try to ask Spirit to bring forth the most dominant one, or sometimes, and then I have to do it in layers. Okay, now this station is saying that, this one's more information on that. So that's how I work, and that may be interesting to somebody out there. It's not always, sometimes it's just a real direct, clear message, and then sometimes there's a lot of information, and I'm being inundated right now. So let me see if I can sift through this. Here's the story I'm getting. The man who pulled the trigger could have been related by marriage to this young man. Or the young man, well, it's the same story, or the young man could have somehow, maybe that was the young woman, maybe he married, maybe that was his wife or girlfriend, as I said in the beginning, and maybe it was her relatives, that he wasn't a blood relative to them, but maybe these were her. But somehow there was a committed relationship that bore in this situation. And he was either trying to get himself out, or maybe he was trying to get her out of this family situationship, whatever that was. And I think he spoke that. I think he told, or he either said something or was overheard saying something, or someone in this family or gang found out through some, maybe got a hold, bugged his home or his phone, or I don't know what. Somehow found out through a message, some kind of a, Page of Swords' messages. It can also be spying. So somehow found out that he was trying to get out of the situation, and trying to create a stable life away from this for himself, and I think this young woman is what it looks to me like. All right, Spirit, what else you want me to? Okay, I'm going to use this little deck. Now, please bear with me because these, okay, yeah, well, I don't even have to shuffle. Okay, right here at the bottom of the deck. Sometimes that's how I know I got the right deck. If I pull it up, if I turn it over and there's a card there that's relative. And it is, because I think the truth was surrounding, again, this young woman. And the truth was, maybe even if it was him that was in this world, she didn't want to be a part of it, and he had to choose between her or this life, and he chose to get out, and that's what he was trying to do, get away from these bad influences, to start something better. He had a better life, and he was trying to do that because he loved her, or because of their love. That's the truth. He was trying to balance the scales. Yeah, justice. He was trying to get, and this could also be legal system. Maybe he knew some truth about this family that they didn't want to get out. Again, I keep getting the Two of Cups. These two were in love, and it had to do with that situation. Yeah, because somebody, golly, again, it's a kind of a repeating message here. We're already looping back. Because of this dishonesty, this, it just feels ugly energy. It feels kind of quintessentially, when you watch TV, and I don't watch mainstream TV anymore, I haven't for a few years now, but if you watch a movie about this kind of lifestyle, whether it's gangs or mafia or whatever it is, you know, it's sort of the quintessential lot of lies and cover-ups and dishonesty and illusion and, you know, you get it. All right. And because of that, I think maybe he knew something again he wasn't supposed to know. And he was trying to, you know, judgment is can be a lot of things, but for me, again, in this reading, he was trying to have a rebirth in his own life. He was trying to take a high road, if you will, take the high road. And he was pulling away. I didn't just keep pulling the cards, they just keep coming out. He was pulling away. Here, let me move these up a little bit. I'm running out of room for the cards. I didn't know I was going to be pulling this many. Let me see if that's still on camera. Yeah. So he was trying to pull away so that he could have this a stable new life with this woman. Yeah, he was trying to get himself away, single and independent, get her. It feels more like, now, the more I get into this, more like her. He was standing up for her. Golly, this could not be more clear. He was standing up. He was standing his ground, fighting for this new life that he wanted. And drop the mic, y'all. That's the Death card. He was trying to this also means transformation. He was trying to change their, whichever is applicable, their life, treat a new life, and transform and change his life to something better, their lives into something better. And that's why he was killed, because they didn't, for whatever reason, whatever secrets, they didn't want to let him or them go. Now, I have to ask, why this was a heavy reading, like I said, and I feel like this was for the mother, his mother, or the woman I said could have been his older sister or something, but it feels that way. Now, this is going to be a long reading, but I just feel what's underneath that. Yeah, she's trying to heal. She's been healing to get past this, to get, yeah, but it was it's the whole, she's saying there was a lot of illusion around, you know, this family here, and what seems happy on the outside, whatever, happy, I say family, could have been gang again. Okay, more. All right, there's something else they want me to dig a little bit deeper, so I apologize. It might be a longer reading than I thought. What else, Spirit, do you want me to tell this woman about this situation here? Anything else? Anything else, please, Spirit? They're also saying something about, gosh, this is so specific. I think that he was warned. It was like they're showing me a tail light on a car being busted out, like somebody coming up with a baseball bat and hitting the tail light out. And that was a warning, like a warning to him. And I think he knew that, yeah, because here, and I just flipped the deck over randomly at the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Swords. There was a lot of anxiety. He knew they were gunning for him, or he knew he knew there was a potential anyway, but after that, because that's when this card shows up, is as soon as I said what I did, he realized that was it, because Ten of Swords means a lot of anxiety and, you know, can bring depression, can be whatever, and he knew he had to, the Hermit means, you know, going in to get a new perspective, awakening. He knew that was the telltale sign that told him, yep, my days are numbered. I need, yep, there's the truth. The truth is about to come out. My plans have been maybe exposed, or he was about to expose them or something. Yeah, he was just hoping to hang on long enough to get out of that situation, but he knew, you know, the Hangman is a lot of things, but it means being stuck. So he felt like he was stuck, but he was in hopes of getting out of it. Can be getting a new perspective, which I think, yeah, which is what the energy I'm feeling more about this is, yeah, he felt stuck, but he was also trying to change his life back to this energy over here. He wanted a new beginning. He wanted a passionate new beginning, right? He was trying to manifest this new beginning because of this choice that he was making. He was making a choice to start a new life, a different kind of life. But this Holy Spirit's just going on today. But there was this, there were too many secrets. And you see this girl, and this is the Light Seer deck. She's underwater, and it's like she's on her last breath. Look at this. She's got, I know I don't have but a few seconds left here. I've got to, you know, I just need a breath. I just need one breath, and I'll be okay for a while longer. I just need to make this one move, and I'll be okay. But, you know, she's thinking, and I think that's how he felt. He felt like if he didn't get out right then, right there, he kind of knew that something bad might happen. Yeah, he knew. Just again, God, Spirit, and Tarot is amazing. He knew he had to walk away, and that was the only hope he had of finding a new life, finding happiness in the sun. Wow. Yeah, and then we're coming back to the same. So now we're back making a loop with the same message. But then when this message, Page of Swords here from this deck, Page of Swords from this deck, the message came out, and that's when, or was about to come out, or something got found out. Or they didn't want him to spill the beans about something that he knew, one of those two. And then that's when he started, you know, these Nine of Swords is typically the anxiety, sleepless nights, you know, pacing the kitchen in the middle of the night, and, you know, what the hell am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And again, we're getting repeated cards all over again. Same thing, strength. He tried to muster his strength. But I'm also getting a second message here. The Strength card implies that you're feeling weak about something, and you're having to muster your strength to do something, to get through something, to get past something, to overcome something. And I think that's what this competition, it was like a competition, but no, it's beyond that. This truth, you know, it just goes on and on. I can keep going, but I don't want to go too far down. The energy can get diluted sometimes when you do that. So it's just a repeating message, really, about this story, this young man's story. So I'm really hoping that this will make sense to someone out there. I'll let you take a screenshot of that if you want. Click here now. And if you, like I said, you think you know who this story is, please pass it on. I'm going to end that there, but I am going to tell you now. Let's see. Let me take a breath. Whew. Okay. So I will be giving away a free reading, as I promised to tell you about at the beginning of this video. I hope you've hung in here and didn't fast forward. If you will hit that subscribe button starting when this video is published. So today is November the 2nd, and I'll be publishing it hopefully tomorrow, November the 3rd. So from November the 3rd to the end of the month, I will be taking the names of all those people who have subscribed, and I'm literally going to put them in a basket or a bowl or something, and then at the end of the month I'll draw a name out. And then I will make a separate video saying who the person is that won, and all you have to do is email me to claim your reading. Now remember, when I call your name out, if I say, Hello Kitty won the reading, I'm going to go by your YouTube handle, because YouTube notifies me when somebody subscribes, and that's all I have to go by. You know, your name may be John Doe, but your YouTube handle may be Hello Kitty. So be mindful of that. And so when you hear the video and you call Hello Kitty out, you got to know that's you. And then just send me an email. My email address is scorpio1111reads@gmail.com, and then we'll go from there. But when you send me the email, be sure you say, this is Hello Kitty and I won the reading. So there we go. That's all of that. And I'll give you more of those details when I do the video about who won. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I so appreciate your time. It is valuable. We all have busy schedules, and I value you very much, and your watching me is very, very appreciated. Again, thank you. If you hit that like button, I would very much appreciate it. And if you subscribe, yay, my community is growing, and I'm happy about that. Thank you so much. And I wish you all many, many, many blessings, and I hope to read for you and your loved ones soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.